Welcome into Summit City Sports' special presentation of high school sectional baseball here on a Friday night in the Summit City. I'm Balin Height here with you for tonight's game. Alongside me, I have a special guest, Larry Windmiller, longtime Dwenger head coach, going to be with me in the booth tonight doing color. Larry, what would you like to say tonight? Got a little piece. Coach at Dwenger for, I know, many years.
Yes, never done this before.
No.
I'd rather I make better calls probably on the field than I'm going to up here, but this will be something new for me.
Yeah, we're excited to have you up here. Give us a little bit better of a baseball mind for the viewers, and definitely going to be able to take us in some of those mound visits and situational plays throughout the game. He's going to be here tonight for both games and then Monday for the championship game, as we will have that coverage as well. I'd like to remind you today's broadcast is being brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's break it down who we got playing tonight. We have the sectional host, Carroll Chargers, getting the home team, which is a rare occasion here in sectional play, but they're coming in at 20-7, led by head coach Dave Ginder. We've seen a couple of their games here on SummitCitySports.com. They'll be facing off against the 9-16 Snider Panthers, who finished 7th in the SAC with a record of 5-10. Pitchers for tonight's game is starting for the Carroll Chargers will be Riley Perlick. He is leading the Chargers in innings pitched. He is 4-2 on the season with a 2.53 ERA. He's at 37 strikeouts, and opposing hitters are batting .253 against him. Through 38 and 2/3 innings pitched, Perlick deals with an upper 80s fastball, changeup, and a curve, only giving up 1 home run, so the long ball not an issue for Perlick all season long, and he's committed to play for Wright State. Also an excellent athlete on the hardwood, as he was on the SAC champion Carroll Chargers. Facing him for the Snider Panthers is Matt Eastman. And we're going to get ready here for introductions. We'll take it to our PA announcer.
Tonight's game is the first game of the semifinals of the Indiana High School Athletic Association Sectional number 5, and features the Panthers of Snider High School, who will be the guests on the scoreboard, versus the Chargers of Carroll High School. Here are the lineups tonight. First, for Snider High School, here are the non-starters. Number 4 is Caleb Roper. Number 7 is Dominic Geisler. Number 10 is Tyler Tinney. Number 14 is Mason McMurtry. Number 20 is Kyle Oswald. Number 26 is Darren Swanson. And number 27 is Allinson Shaw. Here are the starting lineups for tonight's game for Snider. Leading off and playing third base is number 1, Braden Pierce. Batting second and doing the catching is number 6, Reese Coons. Batting third in place of the shortstop, number 3, Charlie James. Is the designated hitter, number 2, Bryson Reinig. Batting fourth and doing the pitching is number 15, Matt Eastman. Batting fifth and playing right field is number 24, Cameron Miller. Batting sixth and playing left field is number 21, Drew McCready. Batting seventh and playing second base is number 11, Jacob Kaufman. Batting eighth and playing first base is number 12, Jeff Holbert. And batting ninth and playing center field is number 8, Jack James. The Panthers are coached by Mark Skelton, with his assistants Bruce Meyer, Josh Klinkenbeard, Rob Hale, Peyton Beaker, Tim McCready, and Scott Bickle. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the lineups tonight for the Carroll Chargers. First, for the non-starters. Number 12 is Connor Starkey. Number 13 is Hunter Perlick. Number 23 is Colin Dean. And number 27 is Sebastian Coons. Here are the starting lineups for Carroll. Leading off and playing shortstop is number 2, Langston Ginder. Batting second and doing the catching is number 24, Hayden Jones. Batting third and doing the pitching is number 21, Riley Perlick. Batting fourth and playing center field is number 5, Nathan Fish. Batting fifth and playing third base is number 14, Jake Shirk. Batting sixth in place of the right fielder, number 11, Lincoln Lance, who is the designated hitter, and number 3, Micah Fretz. Batting seventh and playing second base is number 7, Bryce Ginder. Batting eighth and playing first base is number 6, Noah Lane. And batting ninth and playing left field is number 4, Austin Kressel. The Chargers are coached by Dave Ginder with his assistants Brett Winmiller, Chad Coley, and Jason Lance. Ladies and gentlemen, if you will now please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone, or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hit, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne
Hockey. With the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
We welcome you back in here to Carroll High School, where we are getting set for the first pitch. Umpires for tonight's game are Scott Laplace, Chris Green, and John Fry. As first pitch is getting underway on the mound, I mentioned it earlier, 4-2, 2.53 ERAs. Riley Perlick heading to right state for the Chargers. Perlick is also at the plate, batting .301 on the season. Larry, is there a little bit of nerve here? Perlick is a senior, but still new experience for him, starting off in the sectional game. What are you doing what are you talking through your players that maybe their first time through a sectional start?
Well, excuse me, on your first starts, he's had his share of starts. He probably started for him last year too. But toughest thing about baseball, other than other sports, other than the state tournament, they're usually double elimination because there's so many more upsets in baseball than there are in the other sports, which puts a lot of pressure on you playing a single elimination tournament with, as they do in high school here.
Definitely the margin for error shrinks. Single elimination in baseball is the game of baseball. Any team can beat any other team on a given day. And that's no exception here. As Perlick up and out, 2-1 starts to count. We mentioned earlier we'll be here for all 3 games, or all 3 of the remaining games in this tournament. As a little bit later we've got DeKalb and Northrop. As it's fouled off at the plate, it's Braden Pierce for the Panthers, leading things off for them. He'll be in the field playing third base.
Just got a handshake from Fred Eniger. He's the radio man from up north of here. In
Pierce drives that back, and they'll say it stays fair, so a leadoff home run for Braden Pierce. Definitely the way you want to get things going for the Panthers. You always want to jump out with that first hit, let alone that first run. As Braden Pierce just sneaks it around the left field foul line and puts it out for the first run of the game, putting the Panthers up 1-0. Definitely a momentum boost for the team right there. You could hear it. Those guys are already amped up early on.
Carroll has to be in shock at this present time. All of a sudden, you're behind. Now one goes down the line for a double.
Reese Coons' first pitch rattles it down.
Nope, he's held to a single. Good
Coons,
play.
not the fleetest of foot. But that's Kressel out in left field, able to track it down and get it in quick. But no outs. And we'll get a courtesy runner for Coons, the catcher.
Ladies and gentlemen, a change in the Snider lineup. The courtesy runner is number 27, Allenson Shock.
Allenson Shock will be doing the running for Coons. As the Panthers are in business early, already up 1-0.
Now batting is the designated hitter, number 2, Bryson Reiner.
So the Panthers really putting on the Chargers. Great start for head coach Skelton. Now Perlick will have to work a bit already in the first inning. That's fouled off. Charlie James in. Or excuse me. That's Bryson Raining DHing for the shortstop, Charlie James.
That's awful unusual in high schools to DH for your shortstop.
Both Reining and James have those long locks of hair I could not pull off as squares the bunt. That one rolls low, 1-1. So easy to confuse the two with the helmet on. Perlick checking over first baseman Noah Lane. As down to bunt again. Low for a ball, 2-1.
Don't usually bunt with your number 3 hitter in the first inning. This is a little unusual. But on the other hand, he hasn't bunted yet either. There he goes.
And that one drops it down. Jones charges, rips it to second, just in time. Nice play from the Charger infield. Jones, who's heading to Mississippi State next season, makes the athletic play up to Bryce Ginder for the out. And the Chargers get the lead man and their first out of the inning. You mentioned you don't normally bunt with your third
hitter up.
But then again, led off with the long ball, now trying to play a little small ball.
Yeah.
Now the pitcher, Matt Eastman, steps in, batting cleanup. That one pops in for a strike, so maybe that settles the nerves, getting that first out just a little bit for the Chargers. decent lead over at first base. Perlick goes a little low in the dirt.
Good block by Jones. That thing hit clear in front of the plate.
Jones is definitely a next-level catcher, drawing some draft attention from potential pursuers such as the Astros, Padres, the Cubs, I believe the Braves as well, if he decides to forego his commitment to Mississippi State in June. Perlick getting a nice pitch.
Got him swinging with an off speed. Couldn't hold up.
Now he's up ahead, 1-2 in the count. And that one pops out of Jones' glove. Easy for Rainey to get right to second base.
Now they got what they wanted from the bunt now.
Yep.
Man on second. 1 out.
Now runner in scoring position here for Eastman. Gets him swinging down in the dirt. Jones will have to come up and play it, throw it down into the lane at first. The drop third out, and now 2 outs for the Chargers with the runner on second. Eases things up a little bit. As 2 leadoff hits. Looked like this inning could have taken a turn for the worst. But Chargers trying to eliminate a little bit of that now. 2 outs in the inning. Low in the dirt for ball 1. The right fielder Cameron Miller in the bat. Chargers have been quite the streaky team this season, to say the least. Started the season 14-1, launched them all the way up to top 5 in most ranking polls for the state of Indiana, as Eastman held on for that one. Low ball 2. Then went on a run of 1-6. And now after defeating, at the time, number 1 Huntington North, that was live here on Summit City Sports, they've rattled off 4 straight wins.
Baseball's an up and down game. You're not usually good all the time. The way to look at it is, I guess, you had your bad session before you started sectionals. It'd be bad to go into sectionals and then play bad at that time.
Yep. Work it all out before. That's what the regular season's about. As Eastman gets good piece on it, fielded by the shortstop Ginder, gets to lane, and the Chargers are out at the inning with just the leadoff home run from Braden Pierce. But what a shot it was, just outside of the left field around the pole. And that'll take us to our first break as we'll head to the bottom of the first. Ginder, Jones, and Perlick due up for the Chargers right here on Summit City Sports.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Carroll.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back here on Summit City Sports. Balin Height here with you. Alongside me is Larry Windmiller. And the Snider Panthers have a 1-0 lead heading in to the bottom of the first. The first at-bats for the Carroll Chargers. It's Braden Pierce leading it off with a home run. But Riley Perlick able to work around a Reese Kuhn single and strand the runner at second to get to the bottom of the inning. Perlick, after that home run, that next batter was a little off as a first pitch single, but then he kind of settled down there a little bit. Some great blocks by Hayden Jones and a great play to get the lead runner earlier in the inning. But Perlick has time to settle down now, but not too much, as he'll be the third batter in the inning for the Chargers. Panthers are 4-5 against the same opponents as the Chargers, so losing record there in their last game was a 15-7 loss against Dwenger. They were the sectional champions, of this sectional last year. They defeated Northrop, East Noble, and then beat DeKalb in the championship, but a little bit of a different team. Not as many guys are around from last year's team, but still a few scattered in the lineup.
Snider's pitcher, Matt Eastman, looks like a pitcher. He's a big, tall kid.
Yep. Could feel the ball move from watching him down in the bullpen before the game. You could sure hear it too. He leads it off. Ball, 1-0. Leadoff hitter Langston Ginder for the Chargers, batting .326. He's going to be a Ball State Cardinal next year, as he has a commitment to play collegiate ball in Muncie. And he pops it, looking to the gap.
Right there, that's going to be at least a double,
to
maybe
the wall.
A triple since
Ginder
it's the
with some
opposite
speed.
field. He's going with 3.
He's going to head for third. Looks like he's going to get in easy with the slide. So, good sign for the Chargers. Leadoff triple
Good day to be a leadoff hitter.
by their shortstop, Langston Ginder. We may have a leadoff hitter cycle by the time we're done here. We've already had the home run and the triple.
Got the hard ones out of the way.
Exactly. So now Jones, senior 6-foot catcher, steps in here. 10 home runs for Jones. So definitely able to drive the ball to all fields. That's why he's gotten some pro attention.
With Jones up there, of course, the shortstop and second baseman are both playing deep. If he can hit it up toward the middle, he can probably get a run from third base.
Yep. Even though Jones can hit it out, you'd sure still like to see that run score any way you can. He's ahead 2-0, and Eastman steps off. Jones down swinging at that one.
Curveball. Slow curveball, kept low.
Ginder does have speed at third base, so a pass ball could potentially score him, but not a lot of room behind that backstop, depending on if the grass catches it. As that one's low, now 3-1 to Jones. Snider in the dark blacks. As Jones fouls that off. Maybe not the jersey of choice today, as the sun is out, not a cloud in the sky. Temperature sitting at 87. Perfect day for baseball.
I think they've only thrown him one fastball so far at this at bat.
Definitely not looking to give Jones much to hit here.
No.
See what they bring at 3-1.
Jones
still got a hold of it.
Yeah, that's a.
And if it stays fair, it's out.
If it.
And they'll say it's a foul ball. That would have been home run number 11 had it stayed fair. And Jones will trot back with a full count now. You mentioned they'd only thrown him one.
They threw him 2. He won't throw him another
yeah,
one.
they will not. They will not be heading back down that choice. Jones got a hold of it, but just drifted. Foul. Right field foul pole. Wind blowing just a little bit out to center. Maybe. Jones will trot down to first on the walk instead.
Another curveball in the dirt. That's a safe place to go.
Yep. Chargers have runners at the corners with nobody out. Maybe a little bit to right center, the wind. But Jones got a hold of that one.
He's the pitcher, number 21, Riley Perlick.
So now the pitcher, Riley Perlick, up to bat. Second on the team in RBIs at 30. So Perlick been able, and he's just in second place by 1 to Hayden Jones. So not much separation there between 1 and 2. Perlick definitely been able to deliver throughout the season so far.
Nice to have Jones in front of you for RBIs because he's on base a lot.
Yep. Jones batting a monstrous .518 on the season. Now the catcher, Reese Coons, walks out to have a chat with Eastman. strikeout or double play ball would be nice for the Panthers. Ginder probably scores. Unless it's hit right to third. Smith will check on Jones. And pops in for a strike. 1-1 now. Jones does have some speed over there at first. Handful of stolen bases for him on the season.
Man on third makes it a little more likely that he will steal. Makes it tough on the catcher if he throws to second.
Yep. Coons definitely paying attention here. He's forced to work behind the plate. Jones hesitation steal. He'll hold back and it'll be a foul ball for Perlich, so 1-2. Jeff Tolbert over there holding on Jones for the Panthers at first base. Now Jones takes off. Ball down low.
They tried to cut it.
Hits Jones.
Got by everybody.
And that's going to get by two middle infielders and score Ginder for the first run for the Chargers of the day. It's off the low throw to second.
Not sure whether that would be an error on the second baseman or on the catcher. It did get hit the ground before it got to the second baseman.
Nonetheless, an error the first of the day for either teams. And now Jones sitting at second for Perlich. RBI chance again for the Chargers. And Perlich swings right through it. Eastman gets a much needed strikeout for the first out of the inning. Nathan Fish, the center fielder, stepping in for the Chargers. Last time Summit City was here at Carroll High School, Fish hit a home run against Huntington North. That made the game 4-2 in what was a pivotal inning for the Chargers.
I'm sure they'd take a single right now with a man on second base.
And Eastman now starts him off with a strike. Eastman steps off and chases Jones back.
Oh, good pitch, low and away, curveball.
Pitch floated right into its spot and dropped in for a strike. Nice pitch from Easton. He's ahead of Fish 0-2 now.
About have to hit that pitch to right field to hit it well.
Fish stays alive, fouls it off, 0-2 still. These teams did face off twice this season in an early April cold doubleheader. Both teams, or they split. Carroll won the first 5-0, and then Snider took the second game 6-5. It was back in late April. And Fish swings right through it, so 2 straight strikeouts now.
Good changeup
for Eastman. Seems like he's found his footing here in the inning. And now for the Chargers, who had 2 runners on and nobody out.
The third baseman, number 14, Jake Shirk.
We're able to get the first run in, but still Jones sitting on second base. As Jake Shirk, the third baseman, steps up to the plate. He takes a first pitch right to the infield, right to the shortstop. James will field it, throw it to first, retires Shirk, and the Panthers get out of the inning without giving up the lead, but the Chargers tie it 1-1, and we'll return here on SummitCitySports.com for the top of the second inning from Carroll High School.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hit, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne
The
Hockey.
Plung with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freebie with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome back here for the top of the second inning from Carroll High School. As both teams in the first inning were able to get a run apiece. The Braden Pierce leadoff homer for the Panthers set them up with their first run, and then after a Langston Ginter leadoff triple, he scored on a throwing error to second base on the Jones steal attempt. And that's where we stand, tied 1-1. Larry, what have you seen from both pitchers and both teams so far through that first inning, maybe getting the nerves out a little bit?
Yeah, both leadoff hitters got a good pitch and hit them good. After that, both pitchers kind of settled down and got the job done after that.
Drew McCready will lead it off, the left fielder for the Panthers. First pitch gets it on the inside of the bat. Right to shortstop Langston Ginter for the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Those are the type of outs you want to see here in sectional play. Is pitch count is everything with these pitchers.
Yeah, that could make a big difference in pitching now in a high school game, because 100 pitches, you're done, no matter what inning it is or the situation.
Fouled off there from Jacob Kaufman. Starts Perlick ahead, 0-1. Remember 2 years ago here at Carroll, championship game, I believe Perlick was out of pitches. They took him out of the game, and Chargers lost the lead, so definitely, as you mentioned.
Yes.
Every pitch means something here in these games as Kaufman swings through it. 0-2 now ahead is Perlick. Perlick down. Jones blocks it. Now Perlick settles down and gets a strikeout.
Yeah.
2 quick outs here.
He's pitching a little more aggressive this inning, throwing more strikes. I think it shook him up a little bit to have the first batter hit it out in the first inning. Made him get cautious where he was trying to pick in the corners instead of throw strikes.
Yep, bear down a little bit here is Perlick. That one's low for a strike. He's 6'4", 220 senior. As I mentioned, excellent basketball player.
All I had to do is mention he's coming after him throwing strikes, and he throws 3 balls in a row.
It's Tolbert standing in there for the Panthers. As Perlick gets a low strike. 3-0 now, 3-1. Tolbert looking for something to hit here. Nice pitch as Tolbert swings through it, full count. It's funny, I mentioned in the pregame, Perlick not a big threat to give up the long ball, and what does he do first batter of the game? And he'll ring him up on that one as Perlick gets a 1 pitch pop out and 2 strikeouts to get the Chargers through the inning. As we'll head at the bottom of the second here quickly at Carroll High School. Both teams tied at 1 on SummitCitySports.com.
Roach steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it
They
down.
attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Carroll.
Shot hits the post, and the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
them off is fine. You don't have to hit them, but don't take it.
Welcome back to Summit City Sports. As we came back mid-discussion talking about strike zones and umpire's view, and definitely don't want to be caught looking at called third strike, as Tolbert started the count 3-0, way ahead, and took 2 pitches looking. The last one, home plate umpire run him up, and definitely don't want to take those in baseball at any level for sure. Now Fretz, the DH, will step in, batting .244 on the season. As Eastman settled down throughout that first inning, see if he can carry it over, as did Perlick for the Chargers.
In the second inning for Carroll is the designated hitter, number 3, Micah Fretz.
In the last frame. Eastman starts him out 1-0. Two and one now on Fretz. That one's out now, 3-1. Now Fretz gets a hold of that one.
Well hit.
That one will go into the left field and out in the parking lot. So long ball's the story of the game so far. Fretz had one in the season already, and he'll send that one out and give the Chargers a 2-1 lead.
It's good to be the leadoff hitter.
Apparently so. So 2 of the 3 runs scored in this game by both teams via the solo home run in the leadoff batter.
And the other run was a triple leadoff.
Yep. So Bryce Ginder steps in, takes called strike 1. Now he went up to bunt. Called strike anyway. 0-2 now on Ginder. Ginder really got a good jump up that line.
Yeah, the third baseman just went back another 25 feet than what he was before. Now he's got 2 strikes on him.
Now Ginder golfs it out to the first baseman. Tolbert steps in the bag and gets the first out of the inning for the Panthers.
Now batting is the first baseman, number 6, Noah Lane.
Noah Lane in for the Chargers. Typically not in the lineup for the Chargers, as he's batting .188 in the season, but normally in the field, and then DH spot normally for him, as he looked like he was trying to start with a bunt, another called strike. So after another home run, 2 batters starting the at-bats off with a bunt attempt, at least.
Yes.
That one will pop in there for a strike. Nice pitch from Eastman.
If you could throw all your pitches right there, you wouldn't get hit very often. That was low and away. Very good pitch.
Couple of spots there already for Eastman in this one.
Yeah.
We got time. Leave called by Lane. Try to get Eastman out of the rhythm after 2 nice pitches. Lane gets it up. Looks going to be playable, it looks like, and it is.
Lazy pop-up to center field.
Center fielder Jack James out-camped under that one. Now 2 outs for the Chargers. So when the contact's been good, it's been really good for both teams, but some weak contact mixed in there and a couple easy outs for the fielders. So now Austin Kressel at the bottom of the order for the Chargers. Steps in.
The one error we have was on a running play, not a fielding play.
Yep. That one low. Ball 1 to Kressel. Kressel batting .273 on the season. Head to Manchester College University, Manchester University.
All the schools around here are now universities.
University,
There's no colleges
right, yeah.
anymore.
He'll be playing baseball there. Also a great pitcher regular season for the Chargers. So that one's in for a strike.
That's a tough one to take.
I was talking to his dad before the game, mentioned he hadn't pitched any level here, JV or varsity, all his Carroll career until his senior year this year. He's had great numbers. He shoots it off to third.
Ooh,
close
safe,
play, and
safe.
he beats it out. So Kressel uses the legs, gets himself an infield single. So a 2-out infield single for Austin Kressel. Chargers inning still alive with the top of the order coming around in Ginder.
Now batting is the shortstop, number 2, Langston Ginder.
Another nice pitch for a strike. Starts off Ginder.
Yeah. They might run him. They ran once and got away with it, but even if he gets thrown out, you're leading off with your leadoff hitter the next inning if they throw him out.
That one's low. 1-1. All about those chess moves here in the game, especially with 2 outs. 2-out single probably doesn't score Kressel here,
No,
but
if he gets the second, it would.
Yep, exactly. It's got to be in the back of head coach Ginder's mind. It's a pickoff attempt. Kressel back in safely.
They think he might go. Snider thinks he might go.
Another nice pitch from Eastman.
Curveball. He gave up on it before it broke, and it broke across.
Ginder, who led off with a triple, now faces 1 and 2. Eastman really making some nice pitches location-wise. Ginder gets a hold of that one. Maybe to the gap. It will get down. Now Kressel going to be able to score easily from third. Ginder will hold in at second. And the Chargers have their third run of the game. Now lead at 3-1. So after what looked like Eastman was in control for the majority of the at-bat, Ginder got a hold of it and sent it to the other gap from where he hit his triple. So now a triple and a double for Ginder.
Working on a cycle for tonight.
Working on the cycle. Still 2 outs in the inning, but a runner in scoring position now for the catcher, Hayden Jones, batting .518, and they're going to just go ahead and intentionally walk Jones.
Probably a good move.
Especially after that first at-bat. Really got a hold of one, just couldn't stay fair.
Perlick struck out the first time up, so he gets a second chance here.
Go after the 300 hitter in Perlick. Nice looking pitches, couldn't quite sneak into the zone. Ball 1. Eastman's made his pitches, just those hits here and there getting put together.
Yeah.
Solo home run. Throw low, scored Ginder from third earlier in the first. Perlick slices it foul. Anything deep most likely scores Ginder. Maybe Jones, both excellent speed and 2 outs. So running on contact here. Now we got time, it looks like, over at first. Jones is tying his shoe, maybe. Oh, play resumes here. Poke swings right through it. Looks like might have just gotten a piece of it. 2-2. Perlick gets a hold of it, right to the second baseman. Kaufman, and he flips it to James for the out. And the Panthers get out of the inning, but not before the Chargers score 2. Micah Frett's solo home run and a Langston Ginder double put them up 2 runs in the bottom of the inning. As now we'll head to the top of the third here on SummitCitySports.com.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Carroll.
Shot hits the post, and the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back in here to Carroll High School. Take a look at the short box right there. 3-1, the Carroll Chargers lead the Snider Panthers on the back of 4 hits and a Panther error for the first run of the game. We'd like to remind you that Summit City Sports is being brought to you by our sponsors, and at Parkview Sports Medicine, it's Game On. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance training offers athletes coordinated care and instant access to the new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic inside the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Also, Parkview Sports Medicine is the new go-to for local sports with scores, highlights for all area schools. PSM wants to celebrate the accomplishments of the athlete on and off the field. Check it out at ParkviewSportsMedicine.com. To make Parkview Sports Medicine part of your team, give us a call at 266-4007 or log on to ParkviewSportsMedicine.com. As center fielder Jack James leading off for the Panthers, looking to get back a couple of those runs and some more. As that one's out into the backstop. Ball 1. Pretty sizable crowd here for both teams. Nice to see out at Carroll High School. As nice pitch from Perlick. James is swinging right through it. We've been here in some cold ones and we've been in here in some warm ones. That definitely changes the outlook for the attendance as James fouls it off. Now Perlick had 1 and 2. That one low. Jones gets in front of it, 2 and 2.
Watch this and watch even the pros, and they throw some of these pitches that miss the plate so far, and you think, how can you miss it by that far? You're supposed to be controlled pitchers. But like I said, they do that in the major leagues too.
Most definitely, as that one was popped up deep into left field. But shortstop Ginder had to track way, way back to get it, but able to retire James. Now Braden Pierce up to bat, who led the game off with a home run. The only Snider run of the game so far.
Ginder went a long way for that pop-up.
He did.
Yeah.
Pierce now in at 1-1. That fly out to left field. The left fielder Kressel actually held off Ginder. That one shot foul.
That's going to be just barely foul.
Tough play.
Looks like they might be pitching him away this time. Inside didn't work well with him the last time.
No, he shot it over the fence last time. Perlick ahead now 1-2 though. Nice little confidence booster to get him out here. Pitch looked good, but a little out. 2-2. And Pierce swings right through it. Perlick comes back and gets him out via the strikeout for the first out of the game. Or second out of the inning, excuse me.
Yes.
Now batting is the catcher, number 6, Reese Coons.
Now the catcher Coon steps up. Who started it off with a single after the Pierce home run in the first inning, his first time up. Perlick gets a low strike.
He's been working that outside corner. Starting to hit it a lot more often than he was earlier.
Perlick definitely looking better and better each pitch throughout this one. Here in the top of the third. Now that one low, 2-1.
Good block.
That one runs low, now 2-2. Perlick sitting at 44 pitches through this one. So pitch count, we mentioned earlier, is everything. 100 pitches, you're out. That one's high, now full. And for the Chargers and the Panthers, both only having to play 2 games potentially to win a sectional championship, get a little bit more room to wiggle there with pitch count, but still something to keep an eye on as that one runs down and out, and Perlick loses him on the 2-out walk. So Coons remains at 1-1, and now trots to first. Imagine we get a courtesy runner, but they're not going to with 2 outs here, as Coons is the catcher. Reining in the DH, batting for the shortstop Charlie James.
They had him sacrificed the last time he was at the plate. But he didn't get the sacrifice because he didn't get the bunt away from Jones.
Fouls it off, now 1-1. Not a chance here for a sacrifice though with 2 outs, so Reining will be swinging away. Pitch just couldn't find the zone. 2-1 now. Jones is gold behind the plate. Always nice to have a catcher who can play all fields of the position as well as he can.
Yes, he's.
And Reining gets a hold of that one. Deep, gonna trail off the wall. Coons running with 2 outs. Scores standing up. And a double for Bryce Reining gives the Panthers a little bit of life here with 2 outs in the top of the third. And now we're just 1 run closer to tying it up. So that 2-out walk comes back to haunt Perlick. pitcher Matt Eastman going to try to help out his own cost here. Chance to drive in the runner on second base in Reining. Eastman low.
Got it through the hole.
Just got it right through the hole between first and second base.
They're
going to try to score him. It's going to be a close, and they'll hold him at third.
Him up.
Might have him out. It's just back in time is Reining. So Reining thought about it, turned the corner from third to home, but just right back in time.
Good play by right field.
It's Lincoln Lance out in right field for the Chargers making that throw. So runners at the corners now for the Panthers. We'll get a courtesy runner for the pitcher, Eastman. It's Mason McCurdy in running at first base now.
Changing the Snider lineup. The courtesy runner is number 14, Mason McMurtry.
As Cameron Miller will set in.
The right fielder, number 24, Cameron Miller.
Chance to even things up for the Panthers. Maybe do a little more and take the lead. Perlick's got to settle down in here after a couple nice pitches. Got some outs. That one's low.
It's nice to have a dependable catcher when you get a man on third base and not afraid to throw the ball down low.
Most definitely not a lot that gets through Jones. Good speed on that pitch. But location not there, 2-0. Swings right through it.
Change up, he was way ahead of it.
Perlick gets a much needed strike. That one's low. Jones thought about a throw down to first. Didn't quite have the grip on it he was comfortable with. Now 3-1.
Miller did put the ball in play last time up there. He had ground ball to shortstop. So he is putting the ball in play.
Pops that one up and out. Now full. Perlick has to make a pitch here. Miller swung right through the changeup earlier. See what Perlick comes back with. Get a pickoff attempt at first.
I think that was you're not getting too big a jump throw over to first base.
Let the runner know you're still paying attention to him.
Let him know.
Full count, 2 outs, he's running. And Miller swings through it, fouls it back. As you saw right there with the full count, McCurdy digging in quick, running for second. Takes off again.
I think you got it. I think it's right to you.
And that ricochets off the top of the roof up above us here in the press box. Sailed a little high, but if it was a little lower, probably would have flown right through the window here where we're positioned at Carroll High School. Perlick sets
strike
in
three.
And strike three. Took a called third strike. Got to make head coach Skelton not happy, as 2 promising innings left off on a called third strikeout. But the Panthers bring it closer, score a run in that inning, and make the score 3-2. We'll come back right here on SummitCitySports.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hit, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne Hockey.
Plum with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Sure exactly what the rule is.
Welcome back here on SummitCitySports.com discussing pitch counts. Riley Perlick is through 59 pitches through 3 innings, so the 100 pitch count rule, Perlick probably not going to be able to stretch it out here unless he gets some quick outs for the Chargers. Up 3-2. Matthew Eastman, opposing him, is at 42 pitches as we set in here for the 3rd inning. Bottom of 3rd. That's Nathan Fish. Contact out to right field. 1 pitch, 1 out for Eastman, the type of outs you'd like to see. As Cameron Miller, the right fielder, makes the play.
Number 14, Jake Shirk.
Sophomore Jake Shirk stepping in for the Chargers. 316 on the season for Shirk. Eastman starts him off with a strike.
He walked the second batter of the game, and that's been it since then.
Slow moving pitch there in on Shirk for another called strike. 0-2.
He throws a wide variety of pitch speeds,
Yep.
which makes trouble for hitters to try to time the pitch.
Shirk will foul that one off, keep it 0-2. Second time through the order. Still these Carroll hitters minus, I'd say, Ginder. Not seeing him the greatest. Fretz does have a home run. But still working to keep him off balance and limited the damage. Only down a run. So that one drops in the dirt. Coons blocks it. Shirk slaps it.
Right at him, but
come over the right fielder's head, but he makes a nice play
catch.
to come back
Nice
on
catch.
it. As 2 outs now here in the inning, both from Cameron Miller. Out in right field, made a nice grab on that one. Ball kind of tracked over him a little bit more than he thought it was going to, but got his glove under it. And it retires Shirk. Now Fretz, who homered in his last at bat, in at DH.
Right field's a tough place to play in a baseball field this time of day because you're looking into the sun pretty much.
Sunset to our backs here in the press box, shooting right over the field. And Fretz shoots it through the middle for a 2-out single.
He's having a good day.
That brings up first baseman Noah Lane, or excuse me, second baseman Bryce Ginder now in.
Fretz is now 2 for 2 for the day.
Second baseman, number 7, Bryce Ginder.
So, a couple individuals having some nice days for both teams. As Bryce Ginder shoots that one, and it'll get down center field. Advances Fretz up to second. Puts Ginder on first. Now Noah Lane, the first baseman, will step in.
He hit the ball well last time up deep in center.
Yep. As mentioned earlier, batting 188, probably due for a big hit. Lane not often in the lineup, find himself in the field. moves around in multiple positions. He's at first base today because Perlick's pitching, and Perlick's the normal first baseman for the Chargers. So now we got a mound visit for the Panthers. Talk situation here. Runners on first and second, 2 outs though. Just need to find that one. Panthers have some action in the bullpen.
Now batting is the first baseman, number 6, Noah Lane.
So maybe trying to get the arm loose down in the bullpen, but you'd think they're going to try to get Eastman through this inning at least. 51 pitches. Lane goes down for the bunt. Tough play. He's going to have to be able to beat it out. It looks like he will. Great play there from Noah Lane. Caught the Panther infield off a little bit. I think the third baseman, Pierce, still made a good charge at it, made a good throw, but Lane just beat it out. Now base is loaded for the left fielder, Austin Kressel.
Well, with 2 outs, he was not expecting a bunt at third base, so it turns out to be a really good play when it works.
Nice move there to load the bases, but keeps the runners where they're at with 2 outs. Kressel up to bat.
He got a hit the last time up.
Reached and scored his last at bat. Now 1-0 starts it off, does Eastman. You'd hate for a walk here. Eastman just key in and go after the batter.
Oh,
and we got a balk, but
no pitch.
No pitch. That one's flat up to center. Would have been a big hit anyway for the Chargers. Probably would have cleared the bases. Instead, it's a balk. So maybe the Panthers catch a break there. As Kressel will have to swing away again. Got some good contact on that one. But a balk called before pitch entered. Or balk called off play. And now Lane's on second and Ginder on third for Kressel. Gets contact on that a little bit higher than the last one, though. Should be an easy play for the left fielder. It is. So what could have potentially been more for the Chargers there just ends in 1 run. And Carroll brought the lead back to 2. 4-2 now as we'll head to the top of the 4th inning here on SummitCitySports.com.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Carroll.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back here to Carroll High School. Balin Height here for your play-by-play. Larry Windmiller alongside of me, a longtime Fort Wayne area head coach. Glad we can have him in here tonight. Brings another opinion to the booth, another voice for this one. As the Carroll Chargers have a 4-2 lead. And Perlick will head back out there, 59 pitches through 3. It'll be Drew McCready, the left fielder, leading it off for the Panthers.
It's a lot of pitches, 14 hitters.
Leading off the top of the 4th inning for Snider is the left fielder, number 21, Drew McCready.
It comes down and deals strike 1. And may have been called strike.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think it was a called strike,
Yeah.
but McCready almost went through it anyway. Now 0-2 on him is Perlick. That one down low, 1-2.
That's where a lot of his pitches have gone. When he gets ahead 0-2, then he throws 3 balls.
It's inflated that pitch count a little bit, as you mentioned. Another one down in the dirt. So Perlick able to get ahead of hitters, just lacking the poise to finish him off so far. Well, that one up and out. And after starting him off 0-2, full count here, Drew McCready. That one be a leadoff walk for McCready. Just getting ready to mention, I bet it'd drive head coach Skelton crazy if it was another called third.
Now batting is the second baseman, number 11, Jacob Kaufman.
So now Jacob Kaufman steps up. Kaufman, Tolbert, and James. Bottom three is Kaufman drops a bunt down. Third baseman Shirk fields it and gets him out, but the sacrifice successful for the Panthers. And that moves McCready up to second base. So a successful sacrifice now after a failed one earlier. Well, runner reached, but still got the lead runner out earlier in the inning to Jones. Not going to get a good shot at it there. And now runner in scoring position with one out for the Panthers.
Good bunt. Made third baseman make the play. That way everybody moves up.
Check him down at second base. McCready back in safely. Another pitch down in the dirt. See, Northrop baseball team has arrived. They're playing the second game in this doubleheader. Winner of that and winner of this game will be facing off in the championship Monday at noon. That one up and out, 3-0 now.
What makes you think that's the Northrop baseball team? Just because they're wearing orange?
I had a hunch, yeah. That bright orange shines through. Not sure if the Calbs arrived yet. Haven't been able to see them from where we're at if they are. And that one popped in for a strike. I think we got a grill going on just a little bit below us off to the right. Smells pretty good. Got to get those Charger dogs. And that one, another walk. All four. And now a mound visit. No action in the bullpen for the Chargers, so imagine they'd still stick with Perlick here. 71 pitches, get the most they can out of him, as he's probably going to reach that 100 pitch mark. It'll be James stepping in here to face Perlick.
You got to be careful in a sectional. A lot of times people will change pitchers to save them for other games and don't end up playing the other games in the sectional.
Nope.
Now batting is the center fielder, number 8, Jack.
Survive and advance to the name of the game here in the state of Indiana for sectional play. No double elimination. You got to throw your guy no matter what.
Good block at second.
Jones gets it down, and the shortstop Link Skinner stops it from running in to center field.
Throw short hopped at second base. That's a good play to keep that in front of you. Otherwise, you'd have 2 men in scoring position.
James fouls it back now. 1-1.
We'll see you, Fred.
Now 1-2 to James. As we got time here, sounds like, Larry, you're the man in the building right now. Hearing claims as the greatest baseball player in Fort Wayne.
Now that's Fred Eniger. I've known Fred a long time, so he does all the calling up at East Noble.
Larry Windmiller was MVP in the Stam Usual League 7 times. He was voted the #1 baseball player in the history of Fort Wayne. We're going to have an honor to talk to him. Larry, you're awesome.
There you hear it, folks.
Fred stretches stuff quite a bit there.
No, it was the third baseman, number 1, Braden Pierce.
So I apologize, folks. Screen just went black on me. There we go. We're back. As that's fouled off. Not quite sure what that bug was. Doesn't appear the camera was messed with, but maybe just a little reset. But nonetheless, we're back, thankfully. 0-1 here. Runner still on first and second, 2 outs. Leadoff hitter Pearson.
Well hit ball.
Drives it deep.
Left fielder's backing up.
Looks like Kruss is going to be able to play it, and he does. So just getting ready to mention, Pierce hit one out earlier. Would have been a big hit there, put the Panthers up, but not far enough out of the fence. And Kruss retires him. As we'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning here on SummitCitySports.com.
Yeah, whatever.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Carroll.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
We welcome you back here in the booth with me, Larry Windmiller. I mentioned earlier, or you heard the spiel, voted the greatest baseball player in the city of Fort Wayne. What's the name to fame there?
That's not true. I played a long time in the Fort Wayne League. I think I retired from Usual League, which is college players, at the age of 58. I had back surgery, and they said you can't run anymore, so it was time to get out. A lot of that time that I was in that league, I was a guy on the bench a lot. My son was playing, so I was going to be there anyway. So when somebody didn't show up, I went in and played.
Eastman starts it off. Now 1-1. We talked about it earlier, years and years of coaching. I'm sure the guys would look to you, maybe a little bit of advice. Was it a bit of a rec league, or was it like
no? It was basically a college level league. I'd say 60-70% of the people playing in the league were college ball players playing in the summer.
Be playing in that league with some college guys. Seen a lot for sure as far as Fort Wayne baseball goes.
Yeah.
Like father, like son is Brett Windmiller, one of the assistants for Carroll, following in the footsteps.
He had a good. I was playing with him at the time, and so I was going to be there anyway. Might as well put a uniform on.
And Eastman finally able to get Ginder out. Ginder started with a triple and a double, and Eastman comes back and gets a strikeout for the first out of the inning.
He's messing up his cycle there, isn't he?
Going to need to make the most of these at-bats as we are here in the bottom of the fourth. Now Jones will step in with nobody on it. Imagine they'd pitch to him, but fastballs will be at a minimum for Jones. Jones was intentionally walked last time around.
Yep.
Didn't get a chance to swing.
Walking both times.
The 0-0 so far here for Jones.
Yep. Might be the safest way to handle him, is put him on first.
And now steps off is, looks like we had somebody warming up down in the Charger bullpen. Can't quite tell who it was as Jones fouls it off 2-1.
I don't know the rule totally because they put the rule in on pitch count after I got out of coaching, but they might take him out. The less pitches he throws, the sooner he can throw again. So they may take him out so he can throw sooner.
4-2 lead. You're not quite looking to Monday quite yet for the Chargers, but got to finish things out here. If you're looking ahead, you definitely don't want to look too far ahead and get comfortable, and that's when things can start to go bad in any game.
Yeah.
Jones slaps
nice
that one.
hit. Nope, got out.
Not going to quite get down. Center fielder Jack James gets under it. Nice job. That one looked like it could have gotten down. Instead, it's the second out of the inning, and Jones is retired now 0-1.
Now that is the pitcher, number 21, Riley Perlick.
Oh, Riley Perlick, the lefty, will dig in here. 2 outs, nobody on. And he'll slap that one
through, yeah.
right through first base and second base hole.
His first hit for the day.
We see it again, that 2-out single. It's got an inning started for both teams. We'll see what the Chargers can do with it here. As Perlick get the courtesy runner. Connor Starkey on to run for him at first. And Nate Fish in for the Chargers at the plate. Down to Fish, 1-0. To look over to the Charger dugout. Trying to huddle in what shade they have. The sun kind of playing games with them. Not a problem for the Panthers in their dugout. And Fish skies that one up.
That's a long way up.
Shortstop James calls for it. Charlie James, and retires it. Quick inning for Eastman. Leaves a runner stranded at first. And that'll be the 4th inning. Head to the top of the 5th here on SummitCitySports.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home. Or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hit, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner
Fort Wayne Hockey.
Plung with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Summit City Sports.
Welcome back here, SummitCitySports.com. Carroll Chargers hold a slim 4-2 lead over the Snider Panthers. Both teams trying to vie for a spot in the championship game that'll be met with the winner of Northrop and DeKalb. That'll follow the game. That'll follow after this one. Should be a good matchup there. It's Perlick. It's 77 pitches, now 78. Starts it with a strike.
Snider's leading off with their number 2 hitter, Coons, in the order. So it's top of the order here for him.
Be a nice spot for the Panthers, as you mentioned. Start chipping away at that lead here in the 5th. Later and later in getting the game, the harder and harder it is to do. And no better chance with Coons leading things off. Foul that one off. So, Coach, what's the message to the guys here? Top of the 5th inning. Only down 2, but hits have been hard to kind of strand together.
Yeah. Thing with sectionals, rather than everything else, everything is so magnified in the sectional for the simple fact it's the last game of the year, and if you're a senior, it's the last game of your whole career, you know. So there's a lot more as you go in. The game stays close. The team has to handle the pressure of exactly what the game means. This game means more than any of the other games they've played all year.
Yep. You see Coons leg out an infield single there. Nice play by shortstop Langston Ginder to track that one in. Made a nice slide to get over to it. Had a chance at first, but just in time was Coons, so leadoff runner. Nobody out for the Panthers, looking to do some work. Bryson Raining up to bat. Takes a strike, 1-1. Perlick at 84 pitches now. Just imagine his be his last inning.
Double play ball.
Might have opened my mouth too soon as the Chargers are able to get a double play ball. And that clears the bases for Perlick. And will certainly help with that pitch count. Now 2 outs in the inning.
Now batting is the pitcher, number 15, Matt Eastman.
It's got to be demoralizing for that dugout. So leg out, an infield single, and now nobody on, 2 outs for the pitcher Eastman.
Got a single. Got a single the last time at the plate.
Takes that one up and out. So Perlick's done this a little too many times tonight.
Yeah, his percentage of strikes is not very good.
49 strikes to 37 balls is Perlick. But a big swinging strike will help him out there. Now 2-1. So Eastman's just trying to get the inning back in motion. Flies up, going to be a tough play, I think. As right fielder Lincoln Lance in, calling off the second baseman Bryce Ginder. And we are through the top of the 5th, heading to the bottom of the 5th. Chargers still lead 4-2 here at SummitCitySports.com.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Carroll.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back here to Carroll High School, where we are in the bottom of the 5th, and the Chargers lead the Panthers 4-2. Up for the Chargers in the inning is going to be Ginder, Lane, and Kressel. And then reset to the top of the order. If any of those guys get on, pretty different game in the sense of run scoring here. We've had a couple solo home runs for both teams, and an error or a short ball through the gap has scored some runs.
Those errors usually decide ball games in baseball. There's only been one in the game. It's been a well-played game except for the one error.
Yep. 8 hits for the Chargers to the Panthers 5, and then we just mentioned that one error. Both teams have had chances to do a little bit more than they've had done, but some opportunities have been squandered. And that's where we see the low-scoring game.
Eastman has only struck out one since the first inning, but he's making them put the ball in play, and it's kept his pitch count down.
Yep, Eastman's sitting at 67 pitches. At that rate, he'd be good to go the entirety of the game, as we're in the bottom of the 5th now. Whereas Perlick essentially just saw his last inning. They may bring him in and then cap him out at that 100 while they've already got him up, and bring in a relief pitcher. Perlick was hovering in the high 80s. As far as pitch count, that one's up. To Shirk, so I was a little ahead of myself there in the order. It's Shirk, Fretz, then Ginder. And that one's a strike as Shirk started to trot down to first for a second, but called back by the catcher now, or umpire, excuse me, 3-1. And now he decides to swing at it. Gets good contact on it. If it stays fair, it's gone. And they'll call it foul.
No. Give him his bat back. Took a nice jog around the field and gets his bat back.
Went all the way around, did Shirk, but called a foul ball. So 2 potential close ones there for the Chargers, as Jones had one just fly foul, and there's Shirk again. See at a full count what he's going to work with here. Decides to take a pitch out, and instead, with the walk, ends up on first base.
I think that's the first guy he's walked without a name Jones. Which is probably why his pitch count is down, too.
Yep. Eastman's been effective, just not necessarily something you'd see in the scorebook with strikeouts, but those things that go unnoticed. He's doing a great job pitching to contact so far. Now Fretz is homered in this one, up with nobody on and a runner on first.
Yeah, this could be a decisive inning. Of course, I thought when they got 2 in the second inning, that might be the decisive inning of the game. And I guess so far it has been.
Yep.
That's where the lead came from.
Fretz way out in front of it, but Shirk in at first on the steal attempt. So now 2 strikes to Fretz. Runner in scoring position. If you're the Panthers, you got to battle. If you want a chance in this one, you got to battle through this inning. Leadoff walk. Be a big out for Eastman right here. 0-2 on Fretz.
Fretz has a home run and a single, so he's got a good day going.
Fretz takes out for the first ball. 1-2. If you're Eastman, you definitely want to focus in on the hitter and Fretz as he's 2-2, but have a runner with speed over at second. Have to pay attention to. As the Panthers tried to pull the shortstop in and then chase him back with the second baseman.
It's
pretty nice play, actually.
It's a good play. It's a good play. Base runner did a good job getting back.
Fretz reaches a bit for that one, but it gets shirked to third. And the first out of the inning for Eastman. Now, if you're the Chargers, 4-2 lead, every run could be a decisive one. You still playing the small ball game, or
they're going to pull the infield in? It looks like. Now that Ginder may bunt here, though.
He had some attempts earlier. That one's low. Catcher's got to be careful with the runner on third.
Catcher got that with his glove. He didn't really get down on his knees before the ball hit the dirt, but he did get it with his glove as it bounced off the dirt.
That one's fouled back. Carroll dugout. 1-1.
Good block, catcher. Good block by the catcher in the dirt.
Keep Shirk at third. That pitch was definitely out in front. Tough play for the catcher to make.
Yeah, you missed that. It's a run.
But Coons has been pretty sturdy back there, minus the throwing error. So that one's out. If they were to give him the error in that situation, the ball was down on the ground earlier in the game that scored Ginder the first run of the game for the Chargers. But a flawless day for him behind the plate so far, and at the plate as well. Had a couple hits. Now Fretz right through the second baseman. Excuse me, that's Ginder. And run number 5.
That's an E4.
Scores. And going to be the second error of the day. Now 5-2. Chargers with the 3-run lead. Every run looks like it's going to matter in this one. Some action down in the Panther bullpen. Eastman now up at 82 pitches. Still 1 out in this one. Runner on first. As Lane looked like he went down to bunt. Coons up and out. Throw down to first.
Good block by the first baseman because the throw from the catcher bounced to him.
We got time now. Home plate umpire. Not quite sure. Why time was called, but maybe Eastman was a little shaken up. Lane squared to bunt. Last pitch, we'll see what he tries to do here. Runner on first, pickoff attempt first. And Ginder back in safely. Lane squared to bunt again. Another check down at the runner in first. A little bit closer than the last one, but Ginder back in. Panthers really trying to pull the pickoff move at first.
There's usually a lot more bunts in sectionals because of the pressure on picking up the ball and throwing it to first base. You got a lot more chance of an error in the sectional than you do during the season on a bunt.
There's a strike. Now 2-1 on the lane. You can definitely feel it up here. Play as simple as a grounder to second base, as you just saw. A little bit tougher here in sectional play. We'll check on Ginder at first.
Strike.
Lane was getting ready to square again. Instead, takes called strike 2.
That upsets you if you're coaching and you give him the bunt signal and he takes a strike. That's not a good thing. Probably worse when it's your dad.
A lot of conversations like that. I'm sure. Lane swings right through
Double
it.
play.
Gonna get a double play out of it, are the Panthers, and get out of the inning. Nice play. Eastman with the pitch. Coons with the throw down to second. And the Panthers clear the bases, get a double play. Strike him out, throw him out. As we will head to the top of the 6th inning, where Carroll tacks on another run. Still 5-2. SummitCitySports.com.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it
They
down.
attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And look his cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Louis Knipscher. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
If you'd like to get more, you had a good chance that last inning to get a couple more runs, and then they end up with the strike them out, throw them out double play. They're out of the inning.
Welcome back here on SummitCitySports.com. That last inning for the Chargers had some potential. Runners on, nobody out. But we just mentioned strike them out, throw them out, double play. Got the Panthers out of the inning as they needed it. Down now 3 runs. Chargers were able to tack on 1 run, but we were just discussing, definitely seems like no lead's going to be safe here, as both teams have had opportunity after opportunity to put some runs on the board, but just squandered them. Chargers with the 3-run lead, and I'm not going to say comfortable because it does not feel that way. So Perlick at 89 pitches still in the game. They're going to get their money's worth, is head coach Dave Ginder out of Perlick. So Perlick can only go 11 pitches in this inning by IHSAA sectional rules. He'll have to be taken out as that's popped. Nice grab by Shirk at third. And he retires Cameron Miller for out number 1. That 2 pitches for Perlick there. Get the out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now batting is the left fielder, number 21, Drew McCready.
Drew McCready now in. Bottom half of the order for the Panthers.
He's grounded short and walked so far this afternoon, or I guess it's this evening, isn't it?
Head coach Skelton would definitely like to see Panthers at least move closer to that top of the order for the 7th inning. Or better yet, score some runs here through that top of the order.
Yeah.
Now McCready down 0-2 to Perlick. That one flied out center. Fish calls off the fielders and gets under it. Out number 2. So Perlick had 11 pitches to start the inning. Now only's needed 4 to retire the first 2 batters. And Jacob Kaufman up, second baseman for the Panthers now. He gets solid contact on it. Might get down. It does.
It's down.
Just out of the reach of the center fielder. So that'll complicate things here for the Chargers and give the Panthers some hope. Salvage something out of this inning. Down 3 runs. Definitely need to start getting some back now if you can.
12, Jeff Tolbert.
2-out rally would be nice as Jeff Tolbert steps up.
It'd be big for him to get 1 run here. The bottom of the order up here.
Haven't scored since the 3rd inning. That one's low. 95 pitches now for Perlick. Imagine this could be his last batter here. With 2 outs in the inning, and because of pitch count. That one's a strike. Do they let him finish the batter, or does it 100 pitches, and you're...
I'm not sure what the rule is. They put it in after I quit coaching, so I haven't followed it that close.
As that one's down. Back before the rule was instituted, what was your rule of thumb when it came to pitch counts? And
that was always pretty much the rule of thumb, that after 100 innings, 100 pitches, got around 100 pitches, time to take the pitcher out.
Driven back to center field. Looks like Fish is under it. Now he's drifting a little bit to his left, but retires Tolbert and gets Perlick out of the inning at 98 pitches. So we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Chargers last at bat potentially right here on SummitCitySports.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne
McClung with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Summit City Sports.
Welcome back in here, SummitCitySports.com for the bottom of the 6th inning, where the Panthers have put a new pitcher on the mound. It's Dominic Deisler, the sophomore. And he steps in to bat for Tolbert. I think that would put Eastman over at first.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are some changes in the Snider lineup. The new pitcher is number 7, Dominic Deisler. Matt Eastman has moved over to first base.
Carroll's had a good time with the bottom of their order. They got, of course, the first batter for them scored. But other than that, they got a run from the number 5, 2 from number 6 in the order, and 1 from number 9. So after the first 4 batters, they only got 1 run out of the first 4.
Be really important here for Deisler to retire Cressel, as you got Ginder, Jones, and Perlick top of the order following him. A little added pressure to get this first batter out.
He's got a single and a fly to left field, fly out to left field, so he's putting the ball in play.
He had that awkward balk hit situation. As Deisler comes in, throws a strike. As Cressel, pitcher was called for a balk. At the time it was Eastman. And Cressel was already through a swing and drove it pretty deep into center field. Swings right through that one. Ended up being 1 run for the Chargers. Potentially could have been more had the balk not been called. Rare occurrence that was. And 3 straight pitches. Cressel's rung up, and Deisler, as I mentioned, important to get that first guy out. Start the inning, or start the top of the order off for the Chargers with an out. Does just that. 3 straight pitches. Ginder's had a pretty good day at the plate. Triple and a double. Look to extend this inning and get a little bit more. don't think he's going to have a chance for the cycle. Struck out his last at bat. That one's up. First ball, Deisler's thrown. Nice pitch floats in there for strike one. Nice, another scouting report on a lot of these guys. Nice contact from
Right
Ginder.
at the center fielder, though.
Right to the center fielder. And there's out number 2. So 5 pitches for Deisler, 2 outs. Trying to get the Panthers right back up to the plate as they'll head in to what will be their last at bat, unless they can extend the game and tie things up or take the lead. And Deisler's looked good through two batters, but you think they'll give anything for Jones to hit here?
So far, they've walked him twice, and he's flown out to center field, so they're not letting him hit the ball.
Oh.
That first time up, they let him hit one, and it was went over the top of the foul poles down the line.
Yep. Done a pretty good job at limiting Jones, but the rest of the Charger lineup has found their spots. Fouls that one back. 2-2. I'd imagine you try to go after him here now. Nobody on. 2 outs, but still a dangerous hitter.
Yeah, that home run power, but it's scary that he has.
Jones with 10 home runs in the season. Fouls that one back. Jones just gets low enough to foul that one off. 3 straight pitches, I believe he's fouled back.
Yeah. Good job to foul that one because that one had him fooled.
That one floats up. Full count. So 8 pitch at bat here for Jones. Really battling, doing exactly what you'd want with 2 outs. There he shoots that one. That'll drop down.
Now he's got a hit now.
So now he's got a hit. Just the single, but starts a 2-out runner on situation for the Chargers. Now head coach Ginder will walk in. Looks like he's going to make a move. He heads to home plate umpire. So Jones is going to
run for him so he can get the catching equipment on.
Possibly, but they like to bring Jones in to close as well.
Yes, they do, so he can go down and warm up.
Might be a situation where he's going to head down and warm up.
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly what they're going to do. As I see bullpen catcher heading down with him, and that's exactly what Jones is going to do. So he'll head out to the right field bullpen, warm up in a save situation here, try to close out the game and move the Chargers to the championship. See what the moves will be following that. Substitution. I think they're going to put Starkey on at first for Perlich. Or, excuse me, Jones. Jones really throws it from the mound. The only disadvantage of bringing him into the game is you lose that defensive ability behind the plate.
Yeah, yeah. You really don't want to steal the runner. If you steal the runner, Jones doesn't get a throw on the sideline if he gets thrown out.
So, in for a called strike. Maybe the name of the game is stalling here a little bit. Get Jones a couple throws. one's low. Scoots back. It's going to get the runner as Coons just lost it.
Passed ball.
So now runner in scoring position for Perlick. Imagine in the field, Perlick will move to first. Next inning looks like Jones is ready to go already. And Perlick swings away. Driven deep left
Not
field.
getting it. He's not getting
going to
it.
be able to get it. It'll run to the wall and score a much-needed insurance run for the Chargers. As Perlick breaks through with the two-out double, scoring Starkey from from second, excuse me. Now, Coach Ginder back with home plate umpire as they're going to get somebody to run for Perlick, it looks like. And that's his brother. Hunter Perlick in.
Perlick for Perlick.
Perlick for Perlick.
Number 13, Hunter Perlick. Now batting is the center fielder, number 5, Nathan Fish.
Chargers have the 4-run lead, but would like to get a little bit more. So that one's up and out to Fish. So Deisler started the inning relatively strong. Only needed 5 pitches to get the first 2 batters, but now 12 pitches through. And
2 hits in those 12 pitches.
2 hits and a run. So foul of that. Got to be tough.
Right now, the run's not earned yet, though, because the passed ball keeps that run from being earned. Another hit would make that run earned because it would have scored even without the passed ball.
So not entirely on the back of Deisler, but still difficult. As what looked like a chance for the Panthers to get back in the dugout quick and get some hits, potentially tie this thing up, extend the game. Now the inning extends, and the Chargers still with a chance to add some more.
If he can get Fish out, he did his job, I'd say, since the run would be an unearned run.
Yep. Really got to attack Fish here. That one's low. 2-1. Ten hits now for the Chargers. Fish swings right through it. Might have got a piece of that one. 2-2. Deisler really attack him now. Up and out. You'd hate to walk Fish here. Not the best day at the plate. 0-3. Got a strikeout and 2 flyouts.
Gave up that run. He's starting to be a little more careful with his location rather than just going after strikes right now.
I mentioned it earlier with Perlick. Started the game off that way and leadoff home run got him into some trouble. Fish fouls that back. Shakes the camera up a little bit back there. But after giving up that home run, Perlick settled down, started attacking, and that's been the theme so far to be successful out on the mound for both teams. That one's up and out, and they walk Fish. So now first and second. And it'll be Jake Shirk stepping up to the plate for the Chargers. As a coach, when you see a guy on the mound start getting a little bit more careful with his selection, location, what's the word to him? Maybe just get him back on the right track and attack and do his thing.
Well, he probably doesn't even realize what he's doing. That's the first thing you'll do, is tell him that you're being too careful. We need, got to get strikes. If you have to go down the middle to get strikes, we got to get it in place so we can get outs.
Jake Shirk 0-2. Ground out, line out. Walked his last time up as he swings right through that. Nice pitch from Deisler to get ahead early here. Pass ball could be dangerous. Put both runners in scoring position. Got to be careful.
That's a blooper. That's trouble.
That one's going to be tough, and it'll stay fair. That'll score one more.
Oh, and they threw it away.
Skied into the outfield. Going to be 2, maybe 3. They're going to hold him at third. That's a tough pill to swallow there for the Panthers.
Yeah, it was
difficult play on the bloop single, hit it where they're not.
Well, that's baseball. You don't have to hit it hard to get a hit. That was not. We had a lot of outs. I hit harder than that, but that one dropped in, end up with 2 runs out of it.
Yep. Number 3,
so now the Chargers with 3 runs, all via the 2-out rally, I believe. And Fretz steps in here. 2 for 3 with a home run and a single.
Yeah, first 2 batters were out.
Pitch count now up to 27 for Deisler. As Fretz slaps that one just foul. Fretz had a lot of count start 0-2 on him today. Memory serves. But he's been able to work with it.
Yeah, he's got home run, single, and ground out to short. So he's putting the ball in play.
That one's up and out. 1-2. Imagine the Chargers would still bring Jones in here. Maybe not. I see him with the catching gear on in the dugout. Maybe a smarter play here. It's Fretz, excuse me. Drops that one. It's going to roll foul. Another tough play.
Just out of reach.
It's now with the 6-run lead compared to the 3-run lead.
Yeah.
You might want to use that defensive ability behind the plate.
Yeah.
Haven't seen anybody chase down to the bullpen, though. Another foul ball for Fretz. Keeps it alive at 1-2. See the DeKalb Barons now. Looks like they'll be in the Charger dugout. Don't think that determines home and away, though. That's fouled out.
No, that's just all by draw. Top team and bottom team. Bottom team's home, I think.
Which means the Bruins will be home on the scoreboard. This next game, which is going to get pushed back a couple minutes for sure. Fretz drives that foul again. Count remains 1-2. That one's up and out, 2-2. Really making Dominic Deisler work on the mound now. Looks like the sun's starting to...
Shadows are getting a little longer, aren't they?
Get a little lower in the sky behind us. That one's batted down. Gonna score a run, it looks like.
Wild pitch.
Wild pitch clears the bases. Tacks on another run. Imagine that one will be earned, but some tough plays to make out in the field and a couple of errors here and there. And Charger leads are now ballooned to 7. Fretz still up full count. Starting the at bat 0-2. Fouled off a couple of pitches. That one's low. So Deisler loses him. And puts another runner on for the Chargers with 2 outs.
Coach Skelton in there's got to be saying, make them hit the ball. They have so far. Had 3 hits and 2 walks since the first 2 men were out.
Bryce Ginder up 1 for 3. 23 strikes to 14 balls for Deisler on the mound. As they chase back Fretz at first.
Good catch by the first baseman. That was thrown into the runner there a little ways.
That was the starting pitcher, Matt Eastman, over at first base. Skinder fouls it off. 1-1. Great night for baseball here. Hopefully the weather holds for Monday as well. Ginder squared. Takes a ball.
I don't think he was planning on bunting. I think he was just squaring.
Panthers looking for any way they can get it out. Multiple pickoff attempts at first. That one's out. Now 3-1.
Third baseman just backed up.
Possible bunt attempt. Ginder holds instead, now full
Still
count.
Takes it. Well, I'll make a bet. I'll bet the runner's going on this pitch.
So yeah, it's a safe bet. Runner goes, and Ginder swings right through it, strikes it out, ends the inning. Deisler finally retires it after starting 2 outs, needing only 5 pitches, finishes the inning with 41. And Chargers add 4 more runs, make it a 7-run lead as they look to close things out and move on to the championship. Monday, we'll be back here on SummitCitySports.com.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Carroll.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Maybe they got a different count than we got. I don't know.
Welcome back in here, SummitCitySports.com in the top of the 7th. Potentially the last inning of this one as Carroll Chargers tacked on 4 runs. There were some tough hit balls and a pair of errors, or 1 error, excuse me, in that one. So 7-run lead now for the Chargers, and Riley Perlick trots back out to the mound. By our count, he's at 99 pitches. So I'd imagine, if that's correct, he'd go after.
Maybe you can finish an inning after you hit 100 pitches. I'm not sure about the rule.
So we're unsure if it's by batter or by inning. In any way, Allenson Shock in for the pinch hit for the Panthers. He'll be facing Perlick. As that one's low. So officially pitch 100 for Perlick by our count. So that one's going to be a tough play for the third baseman. Can't quite get it. Could shirk. Said runner advances. So I'd imagine he's allowed to finish the inning.
the third base.
Name of the game right now for the Panthers is base runners. Down 7.
Yeah, they got one.
And they've got one. Going to take quite a few more than that.
Yeah.
But nice to get the bat rolling. That one skied straight up. In play for the third baseman, Shirk. Falls under it. Gets the first out of the inning. Keeps the runner at first base. So
well, it did get back to the top of the batting order in this inning. So
now batting is the catcher, number 6.
That was Pierce, who flied out. Popped up, excuse me. Coons now in, the catcher. So if that indeed would hold, Chargers kind of caught a break as Perlick finished the inning with 99 pitches previous, which allows him to stay in for this one and finish it out, save the Chargers a potential arm. Although I don't think it would have mattered, as Jones was warming up earlier when the lead was 5-3. It's down ball 1. Coons 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a walk. So he's seeing the ball well tonight. That one pops in there for a strike. Starting to feel a little bit of a breeze coming into the box now.
yeah. After the heat was in here when we started this
Yep.
game, it feels good.
That one's low. 2-2, setting things up prior to this one. Breeze was coming into the press box, thought it would be pretty comfortable and cool. Instead, it held off, and it's been warm up here most of the game, but now the breeze starting to file through the window. So that one's hit on the ground, possible double play ball. Ginder to Ginder, over to first.
Got it.
Got him in time. So the Carroll Chargers take this one by a score of 9-2 over the Snider Panthers. And they will move on to face the winner of the game following this one between the Northrop Bruins and the DeKalb Barons. That'll be on Monday at noon. We'll have that live here as well. We're also going to have the game following this live. We'll be right back here on Summit City Sports. When we go live, I'd imagine they'd give a little bit of a warm-up period for both teams. But we will be right back here on Summit City Sports. When we return, it'll be Northrop taking on the DeKalb Barons.
Once again, that's this Monday at noon right here at the Dean Gorsuch Athletic Complex. Carroll will play the winner of Game 2